Hello, my friends. Nice to see you again here in the Hacker Dojo and have this Fireside Chat. Today we have a guest that is Rebeca Gonzalez coming from Sevilla, Spain, visiting the Silicon Valley. How are you doing, Rebeca, today?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm good, I'm great. I'm loving the Bay Area so far. And yeah.
How long have you been here in the Bay Area?
So since June.
June, yeah. It's about 2 months now.
Yeah.
And how you like it? What has been your experience here in the Silicon Valley?
It's been amazing. I love how frequent this type of events happen here, and I love the mentality, the mindset that people have in general. I love also how open the people are with what they do, and the fact that they want to connect you with more people. So far so good.
Well, that's one of the very interesting things that we have here in Silicon Valley. Is quite interesting because it's the most open space and it's hard to find the things. The people is so open that when you try to talk with people, you get reference to other locations, other people, other ideas. And how you feel when you start talking with people, and do you get overwhelming that is so many alternatives and so many ideas around here?
Yeah, I mean, I feel inspired because I work in tech. I'm a data scientist, so being here is amazing because this is, the AI hub right now, right? It's Silicon Valley. And it was surprising for me that people were so I don't know how to say it, so nice actually. And yeah, I love it. I love having the opportunity to go to one event or another in the same day.
Well, that's one of the points that we would like, and we are streaming that. It's going to be on the website of Hacker Dojo and the C3 Media, this video, because you can share with people from Spain or from other places around the world, and how that is happening. For a lot of people, they get here and they believe that Silicon Valley is is one block, is a group of people, and this is not. Everybody, every place is like that. What is your experience?
Definitely. I mean, since I've been here, so this is the second time I'm here, actually. I came for the first time in winter, and I loved it. It was actually warm compared to other states, right? But yeah, when I came back to Sevilla, people were asking me about Silicon Valley, but what is Silicon Valley, right? And that's actually a question I had too. And my fiance told me okay, so Silicon Valley started in Stanford, but it's not just a place, it's just a mentality, a mindset and a lifestyle in all this area. It covers Palo Alto, Stanford, it goes up to San Francisco. But yeah, people are really curious, and in Spain, people dream to come here to Silicon Valley, especially the techies, the people that work in tech.
Yeah, and that's natural because one of the interesting things I recall one time, we pick up one visitor that was coming from Asia, and we picked it up in the airport of San Francisco, and we drove to a conference into Stanford, and he was asking, hey, where is the industrial parks? And no, it's every building that you are seeing here is part of the knowledge economy that Silicon Valley builds. Mm-hmm. How many places has you visited and talked with people in different locations here in the Valley?
Oh wow, well I have been here in Mountain View, and also in Palo Alto, Stanford. I have been in San Francisco, in San Jose, so I'm actually staying in San Jose. I've been everywhere that I can.
Yeah, and that is, being anywhere is interesting. If you stay in Palo Alto, in the University Avenue, you walk, and University Avenue is the place that you chat with anybody that is on the streets. You stop by in the restaurants, and that is one pleasure that is very different. Europe is beautiful in that place, but how you compare?
Oh, okay, definitely. Okay, so I as I said, I live in Sevilla, which is the southern part of Spain, and it's also very warm. It's actually so warm right now that I prefer to be here during August. And one thing that I will say is that I see similar things from California and Sevilla, the southern part of Spain. But European people are more prone to walk. That's one thing. Like to go for a walk and not take the car so much. And I feel like here it's way, like everything goes around like driving. You have to move around for the car.
Moving around here without a car is very hard.
Yeah.
The public transportation really is very limited and is not the first choice for a lot of people. But even when you travel between San Jose and San Francisco, has you seen that experience that the people is sitting in the train, working with the computer, writing code, writing articles, that you don't see that in the same way in other places?
No, definitely not. Definitely. Like, I feel like this activity of just going to a coffee shop and sit down and stay the whole day or like the whole afternoon coding, building something, that's very Silicon Valley. I actually haven't seen that so much in Europe. Yeah, and I mean, Europe is I mean, there are a lot of startups going like being created there too as well, but they all want to come here because I mean, all the benefits that are in here. First, like the funding, like it's just also the mentality as well. Like it's okay to start a startup, and even if you fail, that's okay.
That is not the same feeling in Spain. If you fail, it's not very well accepted in some way.
I mean, like I actually started my own startup myself too. When
tell us about that. What is that?
And it failed, and like. It's just a tip, like people were actually into it when I was like doing interviews for my current job. But it's true that usually like I will say that here people are more welcoming for founders, for serial entrepreneurial people, and in there not so much. But in my case it worked. Yeah. But yeah, it depends. I will say that they are less like open-minded in that sense.
Now you has been here, this is the second time.
Yeah.
What was the impression then when you came back for the second time? You already knew a little bit about the place. You have a different mindset than the first time. What was the most fascinating things that you discovered in the second time?
I feel like the cities seem so different because of so much sun. Because in winter it's a bit raining. It's still warm and you can still have some sunny days, but everything kind of feels different. And also people are more prone to go out, right? I feel like in winter when it's raining, people here in California don't want to go out as much. So.
And now in summertime, everybody is going into the beach, going into Santa Cruz, going into other locations, Sausalito. That is a very interesting. And for the audience that you have, for instance, your friends in Spain, this concept that you are between San Jose and San Francisco, that is about 100 kilometers or 70 miles, something like that. But it's one town after one town. There is not different. There is not a space free. That is not the same thing. When you move from Zaragoza to Sevilla, there are maybe hundreds or thousands of kilometers that you need to move.
Definitely. You can find a lot of like fields, like sunflowers fields, and like definitely you feel the difference between cities when you're driving or taking the train.
Yeah, and the interesting part here in the valley is every single town has their own flavor. Has one of the things that the people don't realize when you say companies, that Mountain View is known because it's Google, Santa Clara because it's Intel, going into Sunnyvale is LinkedIn or is other companies. Each city try to attract one of the big companies, and that is part of the difference. That is not the same thing in other locations.
No. So in Spain, there is an office of Google in Madrid, but that's about it. So definitely big tech is concentrated here more. Definitely, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of other Spanish companies in Spain that are actually trying to move to the US or like expand to the US. It's different, I would say. Okay, I'm gonna say something that I don't know how people are gonna take, but in Spain we have a saying that says that Spanish people work to live, and American people live to work. So I feel like that mentality or like mindset does shows. Those shows, at least in Spain. I'm figuring out in here if it's true or not.
Yeah, well, that's very true. For instance, summertime in Spain, the people live for 8 weeks, go away, don't work, and don't things. Here, the people enjoy being working all the time. They enjoy really building new things. And it's amazing because also when you have a place where a lot of the big products that are used everywhere around the world are built here.
Exactly. That is so true. It's just exciting. It's like you're building technology that is going to be everywhere afterwards. So it's going to change history. That's very exciting by itself too.
And are you ready to be part of this Silicon Valley world, moving here, enjoying the place?
For sure. Yes.
What will be your dream?
Oh, well, my dream will be to actually be an indie hacker. Actually, that's like a really cool dream I have. I don't know if I will get there, but yeah, I would like to have like multiple like digital products that are working very well, and like that I can have this like financial freedom and maybe a small team, and that at some point will grow. But yeah, I'll say that's definitely my dream. Yeah.
Well, that is very common here, being indie hacker, and that's important for the audience and for the people here. Indie hacker, in some way, is a person that started a business, and maybe that business grow. And today there is a new trend that is called the solopreneur. And the solopreneur is a person that builds a large company all by himself. He's not looking for funding, he's not looking for building a big team. They want to have that financial independence and have a very scalable business. And with the technology that we have today, you are very much familiar with ChatGPT and all these things, all the tools, all the non-code tools. What could be the best kind of product that you would like to build in that lines?
So, well, right now I think the best choice or the best thing that you can do is I find like AI product that you can like, it's fast to ship, it's fast to deploy, but it's like solving a problem that you know very well. I think that I feel good at like connecting with a community or selling and building, you got it.
Well, but that's interesting. How could be ChatGPT help us to build community? We are here, Hacker Dojo is a community.
Yeah.
How you add value to?
Wow, so many. Like you can use like these large language models. It doesn't have to be ChatGPT. It could be like Llama 2, could be Vicuna, could be many other that works for you. And also maybe you can try like retraining it with specific data sets or your own data. And I heard about this project. This was like insurance recommendations for each case, and like the same way that you like do auto insurance recommendations or like advisors, you can do it with almost everything. Like I wouldn't go with things that can be like a bit sensitive. With sensitive, I mean like maybe I've been hearing about like ChatGPT for therapy, and I think that's great, but it does hold some like, let's say, risks, because mental health is something to be very aware of. Like it's something important that can make people do certain things. So what I'm saying is that maybe for this type of projects and with large language models, it's okay to launch something that is not gonna be too risky for the market at first, and then you can incorporate like people in it just to make sure that everything is okay. Like you're not gonna be blamed for someone committing suicide, basically. Yeah.
Well, maybe in the next Far Chat we can invite to be ChatGPT and give us some questions for you, give us some ideas, some things, and that is the way that we're going to be looking, because he is going to help us to get more information, more ideas, and it's not just something to solve all the problems. It's a friend, it's a partner that we can be using in some way.
Yeah, and it makes our life so much easier indeed. Like in many ways, I use it for code a lot, but it can be used for like practicing negotiation skills and so on.
Well, that's the marvelous things you find here in Silicon Valley, and that happens here in Silicon Valley. And the competition among the companies, how that is going to be improving the way the ChatGPT and all the similar large model language are going to be helping us to do that.
Yeah.
What you would like to say to the public about your experience and adding anything that you would like to share?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I would like to stay connected and make as much connections as possible. I can answer many questions about Spain or about my job. So just to put you in context, I'm a data scientist in Spain. I will be back to Spain at the end of August, but I hope to come back. And yeah, I have been working with images with Python, image processing, and time series forecasting recently a lot. So yeah.
Well, that's the kind of things that happens. And after the talk, we invite the people to network with you, share your ideas. And thank you very much, Rebecca. We really enjoyed to have you here in Hacker Dojo, and happy to see you again back when you return. And I wish a lot of success for you.
I hope to keep coming back in August. So, yeah.
Well, you need to become a member now. Here.
No, yeah, definitely. I love this place. Like, yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much.